Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to be doing a video on should you summon for the end of month TYBW Mila Rose, Sun, and APACHE banner. Myself personally, I'm still like fighting the decision of what to do. Do I go 5 steps? Do I go 10 steps? Do I go till I pull Mila Rose? I don't know. Mila Rose is realistically the only reason I'm summoning, mainly just because it's Mila Rose. I don't care about the Brave Battle meta, and then yeah, we'll talk about Sun, and APACHE. I don't think really anyone needs her, but the banner is going to be on the 31st. Do keep in mind the Byakuya, Renji, and Rukia banner should be rerunning soon, and then the Ichigo, Senjumaru, and Askin banner is also rerunning within April sometime, probably in a week or so, if I had to guess, because I believe next phase 2 is Melee Quincy, so Ichigo should be rerunning around there. But I just wanted to show off the individuals real quick. So this is Sun's individual, the SP character. It has Okiura, Xiaolong, Izuru, and Tesla. Up to you if you want to. The second one is going to be Wonderwise, Ilfort, Momo, and Akon. Could not think of a bro's name. And then APACHE has Halibel, Okiura, Shuhei, and Kisuke. I feel like this one's probably the best. I feel like, I don't know. They're all pretty mediocre though, but yeah, so let's just hop on in. So it'll be here to the 15th, and then let's go over the filler, because we already talked about the characters, or we'll go in more depth. But this is the banner. It has Ishin, Masaki, 1000 Brave Battle Orihime, still one of the best Brave Battle characters in the game. Trushikai, Ichigo, Killgate, and Chad. Realistically, the only bad character in here is Chad. I wish he was a bit more meta relevant, but until he resurrects, I don't see a single possible way. Like, maybe if you go full defense with the new Soma pill, or Soma fixer, maybe he can be decent against just like tanking Orihime, but I don't see it. I don't see it. Killgate is still good for melee or Rankar. Ichigo is still a very good character for his respective GQ, although I believe he has been phased out in terms of like the best character for it, for both. I believe Low Total and Basby outscores him. And then Orihime is still good. Masaki is the only range spotted character, unless you have like a fully maxed Kenpachi, then he does his thing. He works enough. And then we have Ishin, still one of the best characters for Melee Quincy, but remember, Ichigo does exist, the end of year Heart Ichigo, which doesn't even help because there's like 4 of them, but you know what I mean. So the banner format, every 5 steps is a guaranteed 5-star, and then the pity ticket is at step 25. Yet again, I don't know if this is any 1000 or lower character like how we had in the past for a few banners, or if this is just the brand new 3 characters that you can pick. There is also the 1.5% filler rate, but I think it's fine. People cry about it all the time, but I prefer this because then when you get to the step 5, 10, 15, you have less characters to have a pool of, because when they don't have the 1.5, you get 12 characters in total. With the 1.5, you get 9 characters in total. So I still think it's better. The only reason you get that extra 1.5 would just mean you would get a 4-star if you didn't have it. So it's like, it literally does not matter. I prefer this because then they have less shit filler. They have good filler, hopefully. If they have bad filler and they still have the 1.5, then it's like, okay, just give me the 6% at that point. But alright, let's go over the characters. So APACHE is the side character. She's going to be the ranged normal attack damage character for no affiliation. Going to be replacing Masaki, the Heart Masaki. She has NAD 35% as her soul trait, Team Party Speed attribute character, normal attack damage of 20%, Booster of 30%, Bruiser of 50%, Enhancer plus 10 seconds, Flurry plus 1 or plus 2 in Guild Quest, Freeze duration minus 100%, Increased status summon chance against no affiliation enemies plus 10%. It's very rare seeing a increased chance again with a NAD character. Thankfully she has Lacerate plus, I completely forgot to mention that, so she won't be stealing procs from the likes of, is it Toshiro is the main? Toshiro or Asuna or whoever you're using as your main for no affiliation. She has killer effect plus 30 or plus 50 in GQ, poise, range damage plus 10 or plus 30 in GQ, and then sharpshooter. So yeah, she's going to be very, very good for that. Definitely a must-have if you don't have Masaki as a side. Not a must-have, but like she's going to be the best side booster. Let me rephrase that. But I guess I'll just say now, because before I forget in so many of my videos, I don't think this is a must summon banner. Genuinely, I don't. When you look at Mila Rose and Sun, like Sun's going to be great. Don't get me wrong, but like you have Yuha, you have Mugetsu, you have Kangdu. Those three characters alone, and Bruno. There's also Heart Bruno. I believe he's also has a melee hollow. They are all going to do just fine in Guild Quest. Unless you're going for a top score, you really don't need this character. And for Brave Battles, I will say it'll be a bit more iffy. I'm very curious if you can still maintain third seat, because you can't reset your list of enemies that you're fighting. And Mila Rose is going to be the only character that can break persistence, so she's going to be a very dominant character, especially because she's also looks like she can be good anywhere, I believe. Does she have anything? Does she have guard break? I hope she does. Marauder, I believe that's what that is. I'm pretty sure that's a guard break and something else. I'm very tired, I cannot remember, but you know what I mean. So she should be good in other content as well, which is very, very nice. So I think she genuinely is the prize of the banner, because if you can stay in third seat and higher, keep those orbs going in, you're chilling. Sun is also very good, but I don't think you need her. So unless Mila Rose is just absolutely dominant and every single person pulls for her, I feel like a lot of people are going to skip though. Because last year with Meninas and Rangiku and all that, you know, she wasn't very... Meninas wasn't everywhere. But this character is a much different higher tier, so it'll be iffy. Very, very interesting to see how it'll go. But I generally don't think you need to summon. Let me just say that right now. I don't think you need to summon. Like, yes, Mila Rose is going to be very, very broken in Brave Battles, but if you can maintain third seat just fine, you can still get all the orbs, you can still get the 5-star ticket if you want it, every single month, and you're fine. Sun, as I said, you don't need her. There are other characters that can do close to what she can do, most likely. But let's just go over the characters now. Sun is a melee hollow killer. Strong attack recharge time minus 14%. She has paralysis plus on all of her strong attacks. So I will say that's very nice because she has less RNG. So if you're using a side... I guess she doesn't have Gremmy. I don't really know who you would use as a side to boost her, like a Gremmy, or whenever I was using Toshiro to buff my Ichigo, they would always just constantly steal the proc. But this way, she doesn't because she has Killer Plus, so that would be very, very nice. Or Status Summon Plus. But she also does have Killer Plus. But she has Team Party, increased damage to status summon affected enemies of 20%, damage to paralyzed enemies of 40%, Debilitator plus 5 seconds, Devastation of 60%, Frenzy plus 2 or plus 3 in Guild Quest, increased status summon chance against hollows of 10%, Killer Effect plus 30 or plus 50 in GQ, melee damage of 10 or plus 30 in GQ, Poison Duration minus 100, SP boost, and weakened defense. And she also has the new EX skill. It's basically just like an attack around her, but then it has a shield and it increases defense. I believe that's all it does. So yeah, I feel like she's going to play kind of like Retsu, but I feel like worse. She doesn't have that extra full stamina damage, but maybe the damage to paralyze enemies and the increased damage to status summon affected enemies at 20% will make up for it. But I feel like she's going to play roughly like Thousand Above Word Christmas Retsu, if I had to guess. Going on to the final character of the new banner, Mila Rose. She is a melee character. She is a Quincy and Soul Reaper killer, so that's going to be very, very good because that's mainly what is meta in Guild Quest at the moment. She's also in a Ronkar, so nobody will have killer against her. She has Weaken Plus, which is insane. People are saying Yuha is going to be that good against her. Let me just check, actually. What is Yuha resistant to? Is he resistant to weakening? No immunities there. He is. So, I mean, she isn't going to be able to apply weakening, and she's not immune to paralysis. So maybe you could just paralyze with Yuha, but since he can't boost, I don't think he's going to do that great still. Unless he's, like, fully maxed or incentive, then maybe. Like, it's crazy how long Yuha has still been usable. Like, I still see him, and he's so much more scary than Yama or, like, Sajins, to me, personally, my team. But my god, words are hard. Mila Rose, Brave Battle only, block, heart, and mind attribute boost and debuffs for the match. Brave Battle only, persistence of 5 seconds. She has Persistence Breaker, which she breaks the persistence, which is insanely broken. Prevent last hit survival. Decrease damage taken minus 50% when under half stamina, and then half stamina increased normal attack damage of 50%. Brave Battle temporary invincibility plus 10 seconds. Bruiser plus 50%, Flurry plus 3. Ignore Brave Battle invincibility, and then Poise. Also, let me just check 1 second. Alright, so I was just very curious on what links that Mila Rose could actually use. And this might be a very good link for her. So if you give her low stamina damage or dodge, something like that, maybe pierce barrier even, and then this link, damage taken and then weakened duration, and then you give her a T20 ability of, oh wait, it's paralysis. Wait, I'm stupid. That weakening is what she has. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Alright, so I checked for paralysis duration. There's like literally no DR paralysis duration links. So maybe if you go off attribute, but that's so unfortunate. That's so stupid. Maybe we'll get one in the future. But she has Brave Battle temporary invincibility, Bruiser 50%, Flurry +3, ignore Brave Battle invincibility, and Poise. I was just hoping there would be a way to make her fully immune. But I mean there is, but it's like it's very unfortunate that she doesn't have a good link. But I mean, there are a lot of DR, like damage taken minus 21% links. There's 2 now. So maybe you could just get away with using Nad. I don't know. But going on to Ishii now. This video's been going on way too long. Quincy, melee killer, spiritual pressure boost of 40%, lacerate and burn on all of his strong attacks, very good strong attack kit, berserker 50%, debilitator +5, devastation of 60, frenzy +2, increased status summon chance against heart attribute enemies. He has marauder, poise, rampage of 2%, so for every kill you get an extra 2% damage going up to 100%, SP boost to 80, which stacks, so it's 120%, recharge, and then weaken defense, and then he has weakening and lacerate on his soul bomb. He is still an absolutely phenomenal character. If you get dupes of him, he's still very, very good. So if you don't have Ichigo, he is a good alternative. Masaki being the only ranged Espada lead, so she's very, very good at the moment to have. Or if you have a 5-5 Kenpachi, 9th Annie, then you can use him. But she is a ranged Espada killer, SP boost of 40%, paralysis on all of her strong attacks, and then she has a revive on her soul bomb. Team party power attribute, Quincy damage to status M affected enemies of 40%, berserker of 60%, damage to paralyzed enemies of 40%, debilitator +5 seconds, devastation of 60%, frenzy +2, havoc of 20, increased status M chance against the wrong cards, poise, an extra SP boost of 80%, so 120, and then recharge of 12%. Generally, the only thing holding this character back is her terrible SA1 and gimmicky SA2. I personally hate the barrage attack. Some people like it. I think it's very gimmicky. I don't really care for it. But outside of that, she is a very, very good character. Now on to Ichigo. He is still a very good character, but definitely not what he once was when he first dropped. He has definitely been power crept to a certain extent. He's a melee Soul Reaper and Stern Ritter killer. He has strong attack damage of 20% and strong attack recharge time minus 12%. He has weakening and lacerate in all of his strong attacks, and he has the 2-stage charge strong attack SA3. He has bombardment +1, complete status immunity, damage to lacerated enemies of 60%, damage to weakened enemies of 40%, debilitator +5 seconds, frenzy +2, havoc of 20, hit hidden enemy chance of 100%, increased status summon chance against Soul Reapers and Quincy's +10%, marauder, and then status summon spiritual pressure boost of 80%. So he's still an absolutely phenomenal character. It's just there are better leads in Guild Quest now, but he's still very, very good outside of Guild Quest. As for Orihime, she is still an absolutely powerhouse in Brave Battles. I don't think she's going to be as broken because Renji is definitely like holding her down a bit, and I feel like the meta team is going to be Askin, Renji, and the new Mila Rose. She has damage taken minus 20%. She's a ranged Captain Killer, and she has a SA2 debuff with a barrier. Brave Battle only, she has first 10 seconds of Flurry +1. She has persistence for 5 seconds, prevent lasted survival +1. After half stamina only, she has decreased damage taken minus 50%, half stamina only increased normal attack damage of 50%, Brave Battle temporary invincibility of 10 seconds, Flurry +2 base, ignore Brave Battle invincibility, poise, and prevent Brave Battle healing. So many words, oh my goodness. So she's still very, very good. And then Kyogre, he's definitely went down in value, I must say, especially because now we have Asnot. Before, so when we did have Bambietta, it was a bit of like, which one's better? I think Kyogre was more easy to use, but Bambietta definitely did do well when the final boss was type advantage for her. But now Asnot exists, so he just stomps the floor with both of them. He is a melee, a wrong card killer, strong attack recharge time minus 14%. He has drain on all of his strong attacks. Team party, heart attribute, strong attack recharge minus 20%. Damage inflicted at full stamina of 20%. Damage to drained enemies of 40%. Debilitator +2 seconds. Devastation of 40. Frenzy 2. Havoc of 40. Havoc of 40, my god, that would be crazy. Havoc of 20, Poise, Rampage of 2%, and then SP Boost of 80%. So yeah, he's still very, very good. It's just he's definitely been power crept, especially for like Limit Breaker Quest and Guild Quest. And then Chad, he's a Brave Battle character only, unfortunately. He's not that great. He's meant to just basically you build him full defense, make him as tanky as possible, give him full range dodge, and hopefully he can tank an Orihime. That's basically all he's there to do. He's not that great. But yeah, that is pretty much going to be it for the banner. Let me know if you're going to be summoning. I think it's a pretty cool banner. I like the characters. I just think it's still a pretty fairly easy skip. But because it has Mila Rose, very hot character to me, I'm fighting on if I should actually summon or not. Or like how deep I'm going to be summoning. I'm definitely going 5 steps, but I don't know if I want to go any deeper than that. I'm still contemplating. So hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below how deep you're going. Take care, and best of luck if you consider summoning.